2025.
Yeah. So the good news, of course, here is that we are the world's fastest growing large economy. So as we looked in the previous chart and we said we are 4 trillion growing to 7 trillion, what that means is our GDP growth rate, long-term GDP growth rate is actually very good. It's at 6.2%. No other economy in the world which is our size is growing at this rate. But the question is, can we catch up? Can we catch up with China? Right? Can we catch up with America? That's very, very far away. For us to genuinely catch up with China, we should be growing not at 6.2%, but 8 or 9%. And actually, friends, the reason that China got so far ahead of us, 30, 40 years ago, China's economy, China's GDP per capita was exactly the same as ours. 30, 40 years ago. However, they grew not at 6%, but at 8 or 9%. And that's why they've gotten so far ahead of us. So the real challenge for all young people, which is what I tell everyone, is you have to grow as fast as China. They are our real competition. America, of course, is a much smaller country, much bigger, more developed, etc. But for us, the real competition is China. They are our competition. We have to excel. We have to work hard so we can be as productive and as good as they are.
But visibly, India continues to be a global outlier. That's going to be a big takeaway. China is slowing, but is still stronger.
Yes.
At 4.2%. Again,
you can see we are growing at 6.2, but China is still growing at 4.2, and they're very far ahead of us, right? So the question is, how quickly can we catch up? And that depends on what you do.
And advanced economies have plateaued. The US, the UK, and the Germany.
Yes, exactly. And that is in part because they have reached a stage demographically where their populations are much older and their populations are not growing. Many of their populations actually are declining. In fact, China's population is also declining because their birth rates have come down as much. So one very big advantage we have against any and every other country in the world is we have a young population, we have high birth rates. So our population is going to go from about 1.45, 1.46 billion to more than 1.8 billion. So we are still growing fast. We still have a lot of people. Other countries are not growing as fast because they are in this process of demographic decline.
Okay. That brings us to the last slide of this